Spider-Man Brand New Day officially announced as the next MCU Spidey film. Marvel confirms cast for Avengers 5. HBO rebrands with a new color palette. Snow White is bested at the box office, and Superman receives mixed reactions. Here is what happened this week in nerd pop culture. I'm Carlos with Rabbit News. Max rebrands with a brand new color palette. Max, formerly known as HBO Max, launches with a new black and white logo and color palette, evoking HBO branding. The rebrand, which was updated on the service and its social media outlets Sunday morning, now matches Max with the same palette of the HBO logo, which may help consumers associate the two brands with one another. Both of the Warner banners share the same CEO. The new look also resembles the monochrome branding of Apple TV, another streamer that is largely associated with mature programming. The palette will continue to be rolled out on marketing material over the next few months. In an unexpected upset, the Jason Statham thriller A Working Man took number 1 at the box office this weekend, beating the rapidly declining Snow White according to studio estimates on Sunday. Even after a lackluster debut, the Walt Disney Company's live-action remake was predicted to remain the top film in US and Canadian theaters over the weekend. Instead, Snow White, plagued by bad buzz and backlash, nosedived in its second weekend. Next weekend, Warner Bros. Of Minecraft movie is expected to win big by targeting family audiences just as Snow White did. A trio of newcomers, A24's Death of Unicorn, Universal and Blumhouse's The Woman in the Yard, and The Fathom's Chosen: The Last Supper also opened over the weekend, though none made a big impact. James Gunn's Superman movie screens to mixed reactions. One cameo is reported. James Gunn's Superman is one of the most anticipated movies of 2025, with David Cornsweet being the latest actor to portray the Man of Steel on the big screen. Most DC fans, aside from the Zack Snyder diehards, are desperate for Superman to be a big hit and revitalize the DC universe on the big screen after years of divisive movies. The first test screenings of James Gunn's latest film have already happened, with the director confirming that some minor reshoots will be taking place before its theatrical release on July 11th. 2 reports have been released supposedly quoting the test screening viewers, and the reactions couldn't be more juxtaposed. That news may come as a dagger to the heart for those who are optimistic about Superman successfully rebooting the DCU on the big screen. I personally hope for the best of this movie. Marvel's live stream event teasing its Avengers Doomsday cast reaches 275 million views. Marvel Studios' clever live 5-hour-plus announcement of the cast of Avengers Doomsday was their biggest live stream, bigger than any premiere red carpet, pulling in 275 million digital views, as we're told, and 3.1 million social mentions. That number is also more than 5 times the social volume of the Deadpool and Wolverine Super Bowl trailer, currently the most viewed trailer of all time, from last year. In total, 27 cast member chairs were unveiled, including, but not limited to, the cast of the Fantastic Four First Steps: Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss-Bachrach, Ben Grimm, or The Thing. But also the return of the 20th Century Fox/Marvel X-Men cast member OGs Patrick Stewart, aka Charles Xavier, Ian McKellen, Magneto, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, Kelsey Grammer as Beast, and Channing Tatum as Gambit. Also cast members from this summer's kickoff, The Thunderbolts, Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, also play key roles in the mega ensemble MCU feature film from Joe and Anthony Russo. There were also seats set out for Chris Hemsworth, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Tenoch Huerta Mejia, Simu Liu, Louis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John Kamen, Tom Hiddleston, and Robert Downey Jr. Downey Jr. said, "That's what you call a deep bench of talent." DC Comics' new history of the DC Universe will include a definitive timeline of billions and billions of years of DC continuity. As I mentioned before, billions of years of DC Comics history from beginning to end will be covered in just 120 comic pages this summer in the 4-part New History of the DC Universe. At WonderCon 2025, series writer and former DC editor Mark Waid made his first public comments about the awe-inspiring task ahead of him and his artistic partners. At the event, Wade said that the new history of the DC Universe will be a timeline of DC history as if you are a person living inside the DC Universe. Each issue of the extra-sized 4-part series will have an inclusive timeline featuring more details not in the comic itself, as well as some additional characters. Also from DC Comics, Absolute Martian Manhunter has been extended for 12 more issues, thanks to the fans' overwhelming response. Spider-Man title revealed. Today at CinemaCon 2025, Sony Pictures officially announced that the highly anticipated 4th MCU Spider-Man film will be titled Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Set to hit theaters on July 31st, 2026, the film will see Tom Holland return as Peter Parker, with Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton taking the helm. Excitement for this new chapter is sky high, especially following the massive success of Spider-Man No Way Home, which was both a critical and box office hit. While Sony's presentation didn't reveal any plot details, the title alone has sparked plenty of speculation among fans, as it marks a departure from previous MCU Spider-Man titles by directly referencing a well-known comic book storyline. With the name Brand New Day carrying significant meaning in Spidey's lore, audiences are eager to see what this new adventure has in store for the web-slinger. If you love nerd pop culture, whether it's movies, TV shows, or comics, subscribe to Rabbit Nerd News by Calisica and follow our social media accounts.